Thank you, Dr. Grunewald. We'll hear more from that beautiful piece of music in a few minutes. My name is Randall Warren. I'm the rector of St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I'd like to take a moment to talk to you about our departed loved ones. We know from archaeology that our ancient human ancestors buried their departed loved ones in very careful ways. We find evidence of their graves and the particular way that bodies were placed when they were buried. Many people see in this the lifelong, history-long obsession that human beings have had with death and dying. And that's true. But some of us also see in this archaeological evidence the history-long spiritual intuition that there is more to life than what we can see or measure. It is this concern, this lifelong concern, that gives rise to some very interesting celebrations that we have every fall. Another fundamental human experience, in addition to death and dying, is the experience of day and night. And because we are not blessed like, say, the great cats of the plain with nocturnal vision, night has always been a time of danger and risk for human beings. So when in the fall in Northern Europe, where Christianity developed, the days grew shorter and the nights grew longer, there was a sense of increasing anxiety and a desire to encourage ourselves. This, connected with our interest in life beyond the grave, gave rise to All Saints' Day, sometimes celebrated on November 1st, and sometimes on the Sunday after. All Saints' Day is an opportunity to celebrate the victorious lives of those whose gospel living was public, was seen and noticed, was a witness to the power and vitality of our faith. The Feast of All Saints is an opportunity to celebrate the victorious lives of those whose Christian walk was more public, who demonstrated for us ways to live our faith, and who were witnesses to the power of gospel living. The Feast of All Saints became an opportunity to remind ourselves of the nearness of those who have gone on, as well as an opportunity to encourage us in our own faithful life. Our medieval ancestors really believed that on All Saints' Day, the saints were closer to us, though our doctrinal assertion is that we are always surrounded by the saints. But for our medieval ancestors, a fear became that on the night before, demons would roam the earth or be closer to us as an attempt to ameliorate the positive effect of the Feast of All Saints. Consequently, there developed the practice of celebrating All Hallows' Eve, or Halloween. And the practice began with people dressing up either in something scary to scare away the demons, or dressing up as their opposite. The scholar dressing as a fool, the prince dressing as a pauper, or the pauper a prince, so to confuse the demons. This is the origin of our cultural celebration of Halloween. In addition to Halloween and All Saints' Day, there also arose on the day after All Saints the celebration of the Feast of All Souls. This was an opportunity to remember all our departed loved ones. And the important thing to remember in order to understand the relationship between All Saints and All Souls is that there is absolutely no difference between the saints and our departed loved ones. The only difference is that the Feast of All Saints has a celebratory tone, and the Feast of All Souls, because we're remembering people near and dear to us, is tinged by sadness and grief. So we have these three interesting celebrations that come about every fall, and they come about because of our spiritual intuition that life is more than we can see or measure, and they come about as the days grow darker. We hope that you will have a happy and safe celebration of Halloween, and we invite you to gather with us for the Feast of All Saints and the Feast of All Souls.